starting off in control, whereas Austrian Death Machine, the alien team, starts off in atmosphere exchanges of fixed spawns, as of the most recent patch, and of course CompMod has implemented cross spawns for quite a while. So we see the Marines start off with an early arms lab to begin their game. They're looking likely to go Armor 1 first. The alien team have sent 4 of their skulks to Falls and are now looking likely to split back off through bridge to have a bit of a crush through into seeding. 4 Marines occupy seeding at this current point in time. Let's see how they react to the skull threat that they face. 2 Marines instantly go down. Pikachu and Diva looking likely to get maybe 1 or 2 more of these skulks. No, only 1 skulk will go down in a pack of 4. That will see the rest of the skulks now able to bite down the seeding resource tower as canopy has been dropped. SAS for Alliance Franco-Belge will be able to build that up, no problem. So the rest of the skulks seem to be camping around the corners in Falls. We have a little bit of Gorge action here from Go Nano, who has started the game in the Hive from what I can tell. Gorge McFly was just in the Hive then. So you'll have to forgive me for not knowing who the commander is, but they keep continually changing, which I guess with the current way commander resource flow works, that's a good thing. Each teammate can jump in the Hive whenever they needed to and not suffer a penalty, as SAS takes down 2 of the skulks here outside of the canopy, getting taken down himself, however, and that will allow Mephisto to go and deal with the resource tower. We have here seeding being built by Buttergaz. I'm definitely going to be pronouncing that wrong. Beautygas? Maybe. We'll pronounce it like that. And somebody will clearly correct me if I'm wrong, as I always appreciate. Belletti? Bellet? Nah, Bellet. That's how you pronounce that name. These names on Alliance Franco-Belge really don't roll well off the Englishman's tongue, I have to say. But we're going to try our best, and I hope you guys can appreciate and follow along. Severno just healing up by his Gorge channel that connects filtration with Agri Labs, as looks like the Skug was in fact taken down here inside of Analysis. So Biodome, an interesting map. These aliens with their 2 naturals here, Filtration and Agri Labs connecting the 2. Pretty useful tactic, I think, because otherwise getting between those 2 natural resource towers, you either have to go back through the Hive or go through Alley, which means taking a trip through Falls. So Falls often occupied by Marines, Marine space. A long travel time, especially when you're going Crag High first. Now, that's not to say these teams have decided to do so. Looks like Austrian Death Machine will, in fact, be going Shift High first, and so might be able to use that to their advantage as they try and cover the ridiculously long travel time between their 2 natural expansions. So, Go Nano here, the Gorge, taking a lot of heat at his Gorge Tunnel entrance here inside of Agri Labs. We have the Whip and the Crag defending with only the infestation from the Gorge Tunnel used to cyst out. It looks like the alien commander has not built a single cyst thus far in the game, and that might be looking likely to help out the aliens more than you'd know. I mean, that's probably one more upgrade structure they can get as a result. As the pause comes down here, the 2 Marines lose their lives inside of Agri Labs, who was crashed out. I would guess it's Push Deposit, the current commander of the alien team. Questions there from the spectator chat asking where he lives. He lives in London. Really doesn't go to help the stereotype British internet has got in the NSL. I don't know. I have nothing bad to say about British internet. I think my internet's pretty decent. But Push Deposit might tend to disagree here, as he's crashed out and has like 500 ping to boot along with that. So while we wait for Push Deposit to come back to join the game, Mephisto has just wiped out one of the Marines here in Hydro. I believe there was even 2 Marines here, so it looks like both of these Marines have gone down, and now Mephisto is waiting on the wall, ready to pounce on this resource tower here. If I go quickly and zoom in, because I've got terrible eyesight apparently, yeah, definitely, this unbuilt extractor right here is not quite built, although my stupid self could have just hovered over it and told you guys that. We got another Marine here, SAS, building up the platform resource tower. So it looks like the Marines won't be struggling that much for resources, currently sitting on canopy and seeding. Along with platform when it gets built, the death of Hydro Hive won't really be that much of a dent into the Marines' economy, but it could prove it could prove useful for the aliens to keep taking out more and more of these Marines' resource structures. Right now, in 3 minutes, we have 2 Marine resource towers down. I believe one was in seeding. I'm not sure where the other one went down. Perhaps we'll remember in a moment. The team resources right now are fairly even. The quick gorge building of the resource towers here, instead of using drifters to do so, really does mean that the alien commander can get an early start with his resource collection. 2 RTs up, connected by a gorge tunnel, with PvE structures defending each end of that gorge tunnel. I know, I kind of like this. I like the no-sys strategy that this team has gone for. I shoot Death Machine here, saving a lot of res on those systs. I'd say all in all about 10 res. Which means I could quite easily, along with Go Nano, building up the other 5 res, for example, using his Gorge Spit to get these RTs up a little bit faster, can even afford an extra spur earlier in the game. I know, that to me is a huge advantage. But they will eventually have to build the cysts out of their base when they start to cyst up to Hydro or Platform. Looks as if we are about to resume the game now, and that is a good thing, because we're going to get to see how the Marines respond to the pressure here in Hydro. SAS continuing to build Platform, gets the resource tower up. Hydro looks like it's been sold based on the icon in the minimap there. I'm sure you guys won't be able to see, but it has gone dull. We have 2 Skulks come here through seeding to engage on Billet? I already forgot how to pronounce the name, as Pikachu rounds the corner, getting taken down there by Crowbar. That looked like a very fluid movement of the Skulk, but that was a nice shot there by Billet, taking out Crowbar as he tries to bite down on the resource tower. Still up on the box of flowers and plants there that he's standing on. Getting some nice shots onto the Skulks, biting on the RT, taking out a whole bunch of the Skulks there, leaving Gorge McFly left on his own, ready to be taken out by Pikachu if he's accurate and can see the Skulk. But right there, that position that Marine had on this sort of flower box over here really did offer some nice, wide, concise angles to shoot those Skulks down from. Now we have lurks in 4 minutes. These lurks have only just popped, I believe. Crowbar, the first lurk on the match, taking down SAS, has got a Crag to heal up from. No, I believe the Crag was taken down. Almost the Gorge Tunnel, losing his life there as well. The Gorge Go Nano is still up somewhere on the map, so the Gorge was not taken down in that engagement and comes to heal the new Crag and the Gorge Tunnel next to it. So, seeding cleaned out of Skulks by these 2 Marines that move to Hydro, hopefully for those guys to go and rebuild their resource tower. Now, the Gorge left kind of on his own to defend. He's got Crowbar into support now that's just come around the corner. He's got a Gorge Tunnel and a Whip and a Crag to keep alive. So the Crag and the healing from that Gorge really does prove to out-damage those Marines. The healing is just too intense, and now these Marines have wasted all their ammo shooting onto the resource tower and will eventually get picked off by the 2 Lurks and Skulk combination that was sent to go and deal with them. SAS trying to take down Mephisto here as he sits in Canopy, trying to bite down the resource tower. SAS, this Dance of Death only serves to prolong the Marines' time here in Canopy. The aliens really would only like to be biting RTs during that time, but as a result of SAS taking so long, Gorge McFly has had a lot more time to bite down the resource tower there in Platform and may succeed in taking it down. Push Deposit and Crowbar now, the Commander and one of the Lurks have gone to bite down the Hydro resource tower, suggesting the Marine that went over there from seeding earlier on was taken down as we watch SAS against Gorge McFly. Gorge McFly actually grabbing the kill. Over here we have shotguns, 7 the Lurk almost going down there as the resource tower in Hydro was destroyed by the aliens. But look at this PvE that the aliens have all over the map right now, all in the natural resource tower that seem to be the primary points of retreat for the alien team, that seem to be the points the Marines are trying to push and are really, I guess, trying to choke these aliens into. Filtration, Agri-Labs through Hydro. Really seem to be centralized points of engagement here the Marines are focusing on. And having Crags in that location, along with a Whip to defend against any Marines trying to suicide in on the Gorge, on the Lurk, anything healing up by that Crag, having the Whips there too really does help. And we're going to get to see another engagement here on Agri-Labs to see if we can't try and point prove a little bit. As Lurks tries sitting in, Agri-Labs healing up from that Crag. They've got their 3 spurs up. They do all have celerity on the team. all now having to stay out of the room. What's the guys right now? Butagaz? I already don't remember. Can't really move inside that room as Go Nano heals up everything. That Gorge channel living a lot longer than it perhaps should be under normal circumstances. The whip dealing some significant damage. The Gorge hiding behind his clogs. Just look at the way this room is set out. We're going to go first person for this one because I want you guys to experience a little bit what the Marines are going through. Look at these clogs. Look at this whip. Everything in there is just so formidable, so spiky, and the aliens are taking full advantage of that. You saw there, while I was in first person or free cam perspective, that the Marines were taken out fairly easily. The med packs here, not as consistent, not as spammable as a Marine commander would like them to be, only on 3 resource towers. We have here SAS there, engaging Mephisto, as Mephisto jumps on him from above. SAS coming out parasited but victorious nonetheless. If you're having trouble with the stream, guys, I suggest going to the pop-out window of the Twitch stream. You can locate that at the bottom right-hand side of your screen. We have 2 Marines now moving in through seeding. 2 Lurks trying to pick them off unsuccessfully. The shotgun's too strong. Aliens are now assisted all the way up to Falls. The assisting has been removed all but completely. There's only 1 assist remains. The Marines trying to grab a phase gate inside of Falls as Armor 1, Weapons 1, Shotguns, and Phase Tech has been researched at 8 minutes 43 into the game. Metabolize has been completed, and it looks like Fades are already up. I just saw there on the side of the map there, Fades engaging in Falls. The resource tower looked like it was echoed out there because I'm sure I didn't see that resource tower there a moment ago. Yep, just checking the minimap there. The resource tower was echoed out from atmosphere exchange. Kind of a good way of, I guess, denying the Marines their extractor for a little bit, but that was kind of heavily reliant on the Lurks coming out of that fight and the Fades that coming out of the fight center map victorious there, because otherwise that resource tower really wouldn't have had much of a chance. With the phase gate there, I really doubt that the Fades and Lurks could have won that engagement. 2 Lurks now in canopy, biting down on the resource tower. SAS trying to pick them off with his assault rifle, losing more than half of his health there too. The Lurk spikes. 2 Fades now coming to engage on Falls at the same time as the Marine was taken down in canopy. 1 Marine losing his shotgun and his life here in Falls. Gorge Fly taking him out very efficiently there, not taking too much damage on either of these Fades. Really good there for the alien team. That's really going to help them out in this next engagement. The medpacks flowing as the Marines chase those alien scum out of their home in Falls. So it looks like we've got even more PvE structures at even more resource towers. Really does mean now that without the regeneration ability shells provide for them, these aliens can heal up at any point they choose, merely having to retreat a couple of steps to the nearest crag, which allows them to utilize celerity to its full extent, speeding up all of these alien life forms, covering the large travel times that you might associate with Biodome. Crowbar here out of energy, really can't afford to be in an engagement like this, and almost goes down here. His health total was so low, and he will almost lose his life. Exiting canopy, 2 Fades, again harassing Falls. This merely serves to distract Marines, to keep them inside of Falls. Aliens are on the offensive, pressuring those Marines and keeping them away from any RTs, and more importantly, this freshly dropped hive I can't seem to draw a circle around inside of Hydro. But these Fates have got to watch out as more and more Marines keep pulling into Falls, more and more shotguns as well. The energy level is low. Crowbar went down elsewhere on the map. It looks like Diva there gets 1 kill on one of the Lurks. Looks like the second Lurk will almost go down in that fray. Assisting up here and seeding the cysts, taking down the armor on that extractor. Looks like 7 here will have to make a quick escape, utilizing his height and flight ability as a Lurk, but will go down anyway there. He was taken out at the top of your screen, just above the little circle I drew there. Diva Bullet and SAS all now have free reign over platform to build themselves a phase gate to take down the resource tower. The alien threat has been cleared out and moved into Falls, where we can see here the resource tower and phase gate will soon be destroyed. Phase gate's already down. Pikachu being taken out by Crowbar. So many meds keeping him alive, actually taking the Skulk before he loses his life. Looks like these Fades taking full advantage of Metabolize to get their energy back up, not having to retreat back to a Crag or out of the engagement, can come and engage here on the Marine who loses his life. The RT in Falls is still up, but the phase gate is still down as the resource tower and platform is rebuilt. Marines up to a healthy 4 RTs, 1 ghosted. But not if 7 has anything to say about it. He's going to be taking down the resource tower in Canopy as Pikachu picks off the assists that were hurting his precious resource tower over there in Seeding. The flashing of the RT over time has prompted 2 more Marines to go and cover that resource tower. The welds have to be placed there, and that just distracts Marines even further, as then now they are forced to weld that resource tower. Armor 2 has been completed there, meaning that Pikachu has got a little bit more of sustain during that engagement. We will get taken out by the Fade and Skulk team. There's another engagement here. Gorge with Fly almost going down. Go Nano the Gorge is still alive and is healing up the Fade, who has no longer got his Crag. The Whip preventing D.Va there from engaging that Fade, as he would have most likely met a Grizzly End trying to chase that Fade who had the Gorge Tunnel escape route. We've got one more Fade here with the Skulk engage on the 2 remaining Marines in Falls as the power goes down. Mephisto, they're retreating out of Falls as Go Nano and Gorge McFly still try and hold the fort. Infiltration, we've got Crowbar. Drifter support is in. Oh no! Go Nano goes down as the Whip Bile bombs down SAS's armor. Enough Gorge McFly can come in and finish him off. D.Va there without the med packs he needs goes down to the Fade and Skulk team. I'm sure the med packs were flowing. Indeed they were, around the newly built phase gate here in Falls that these Marines are trying desperately to rebuild. And it looks like these aliens have got a huge step back as Falls has once again been recovered by the Marines and platform has been lost, all in the past sort of 5 to 7 minutes. We're going to take a look at the graphs, guys. Let's see how these Marines are doing. As before we do that, hold on a second, we've got PvE structures echoed out to the center of the map by the alien commander who's currently sitting on 44 res. These Marines right now having a tough time dealing with that, along with the aliens that are also harassing them while the PvE keeps them alive, hurts the Marines, does all of the above. But the Marines do eventually come out victorious in that engagement. Now D.Va has to hold down the fort alone inside platform, but has the advantage of this long corridor. 2 Fades now making their way through into platform. SAS and D.Va come through the phase gate. Will that be enough as the shotgun Marine D.Va almost takes down one of the Fades, unsuccessfully mined. But mines have been placed all around that phase gate. Now going to be a little bit more tough for the aliens to start assaulting. We've got Mephisto here, the Fade that went low, using the vent to bypass the Marines in Falls. He would have surely gone down, even not to the mines that are littering the floor of Falls, as Crowbar and 7 make their way inside the Marine base at 15 minutes 40 seconds here to go and bite down on the obs, prompting a whole bunch of Marines to phase back through. As look at that placement there by this Marine, as he positions himself really nicely to take out the 2 Skulks that are, in his mind, going to retreat through Seeding. That kind of foresight is why these guys playing competitive. They have really excelled in this game in terms of positioning, and moments like that kind of prove that point. These Marines here building a second command station, obviously a little bit shook up. Oh, there's a Fade almost goes down as D.Va's mine, or D.Va with the mine's help, I guess, almost take him down. But the Marines, as I was saying, a little bit paranoid after that first engagement. The chair has been dropped inside of a platform just in case the aliens try any more shenanigans. But right now the aliens are doing what they should be doing and biting down resources. Resource towers right now, we'll take a look at that graph again in a moment. 10 Marine RTs down, 11 as the RT falls beneath the overlay. Some Marine bases once again pressure, drawing more Marines away from gates. Meanwhile, those Marines away from gates, aliens, Fades up here are able to clear the mines. So as I was saying, 11 Marine RTs down in 16 minutes, and I don't believe we lost a single alien resource tower during this engagement, as it looks like if these Marines can't hurry up, this Falls Gate will go down. Go Nano, it needs to be prompted to get off the power and bite down the gate, and that could have let Diva slip through if he would have just maybe bit the gate down. The communication with that team perhaps could have been a little bit better. Then again, I'm not privy to what's going on in their team speak, so who knows. But will this Marine go down? He'll lose his life. We've got a little bit of skulk action inside the Marine base, preventing even more Marines from falling through that phase gate and taking out the alien threat on the other side. So many aliens outside the Marine base right now. The Marine... Oh look, they've lost an IP. That's why the spawn queue is so high. The commander's still in his chair. Only one Marine remains alive. In falls the phase gates down. The Fades have been chased away. Meanwhile, the rest of the alien team are inside the Marine base. It looks like that they're going to lose a lot of their life forms, but with only one IP, the spawn queue is so full. We only still have one Marine left alive. Gorge McFly here. Fairly easy time of taking out the Marine. He decides to retreat. He was on his own and out of energy. These Marines now have to find the res from somewhere to build up a second IP. They sell the armory inside the falls. The resource tower is still up. The observatory went down as well. More scans for gorge tunnels have been executed inside gallery and canopy. No gorge tunnels as of yet. The only gorge tunnel on the map is still between filtration and agri labs. There's still no second IP. The arms lab is still up. The observatory somewhere is still on the map. I believe maybe it's in platform. There's a second IP way over here. It has now been built inside platform to prevent any threats against the main base. Maybe that's been there the whole time, but if that has, I really do apologize. I did not notice, but it seems to me that with the rate the Marines were spawning at during that last engagement, it has only just been placed there in platform. And now one IP will remain inside the Marine base. Main base, that is. So, shotgunning Marines still holding down inside Marine base. As we have 3 Onos here at the 19-minute mark. Oh man. The 3 Onos rush on the power node with the Fades around the Marine base to try and take out the Marines themselves. Beacon to platform as the obs clearly was nearer to platform than it was to the main Marine base. Yeah, there it was, right there, the observatory. Beacons to platform, power node goes down, everything in the main Marine base has been sold, arms labs down, grenade launchers were researched. I'm not sure why. Grenade launchers without jetpacks to me are not ideal, but that doesn't come from a member of one of these teams, so I can't really tell you what these guys were thinking. Commander's back in the lunchbox right now as the Marines desperately try and hold up against the 3 Onos, so just leave the Marine base inside of command. After everything inside was sold, and just head straight on over to platform. The last Marine base, the last bastion of hope this Marine team have. All IPs have fallen. No more Marines can spawn.